Now we have to solve question number 4 of chapter number 3 miscellaneous exercise. C. If here is a question, if A and B are symmetric matrices, prove that AB minus BA is a skew symmetric matrix. As we know that if a transpose of any matrix is equals to the matrix, then it is known as symmetric matrix. Fine. So these conditions are given to us. A is a symmetric matrix, so that's why I can write transpose of A. Actually, I will write like this: A transpose is equals to A and B transpose is equals to B. Fine. So this condition is given to us, and this is a condition for symmetric matrix. Now we have to prove that AB minus BA is a skew symmetric matrix. So that means the transpose of this matrix should be negative. Fine. So AB minus BA transpose, that is equals to, this is the formula which you have to learn: AB transpose minus BA transpose, because this is a general formula which you have to learn. Okay, so here it is. This is a general formula. After this step, AB transpose can be written as B transpose and A transpose, like this. Similarly, minus BA transpose can be written as A transpose and B transpose, because this is a general formula for this. Okay. After this step, our B transpose is what? B, because this is given to us, and our A transpose is also A. Minus A transpose is A, B transpose is B. Okay. So at last you will get this, and when you will take minus common from this statement, minus here it is common, so it would be AB minus BA, like this. When you will take minus common from this, you can write this statement as this. Okay, now same term I am copying here. Okay, if the transpose of any matrix is equal to negative of this matrix, then what? It is a condition of skew matrix, hence it is a skew symmetric matrix. This is what which we have to prove. Okay, yes. Next, this is your next question number 5 of same miscellaneous exercise. Now in this question, what we have to do, show that the matrix B transpose AB is symmetric or skew symmetric according as A is symmetric or skew symmetric. Okay, this is a question. Now see, if our A dash is equals to A, we are assuming that if A is symmetric, if A is symmetric, then A transpose must be equals to A. This condition we should know, we know that. Now B dash AB, we are taking the transpose of this matrix. Okay, this dash represents the transpose. If transpose of this matrix, that is equals to, we can write this AB transpose and B transpose to transpose. Fine, because here we are using this condition, this condition we are using here again. Okay, so this AB you can consider a single matrix. Fine, so BA as single matrix, so you can write like this. Now we are splitting this as B transpose and A transpose, like this. Again we are splitting this B transpose and A transpose, and B transpose of any transpose matrix, that is, this would be B, and B transpose will remain same. A transpose is A, we are putting the value here, and B will be remain the same. Hence, if the transpose of any matrix is equal to the same matrix, this matrix, so this is a condition for symmetric matrix, hence it is a symmetric matrix. Fine. For a skew symmetric, our A transpose that is equals to minus A. This is a condition which is given to us, and we have to take the same statement and transpose of this would be this. These two steps you have to follow the same as we are following in this case. After this step, B dash will remain B dash, and your A dash will be minus A and B, and this negative sign will come outside of this, and you can write like this. If the transpose of this matrix is negative of this matrix, then it is a condition for skew symmetric matrix. Hence, it is a skew symmetric matrix. Okay. So these are the two questions. Question number 4 and question number 5 of your miscellaneous chapter number 3. Okay. Bye bye, bachcho. Hello everyone. In this video we are going to solve a miscellaneous exercise of chapter 3, which is a matrices. So here we are solving a first question of your NCERT of miscellaneous. Okay, see, in question number 1 here A matrix is given to us, and we have to show that AI plus BA within bracket whole raised to power n, that is equals to A raised to power n I plus n A raised to power n minus 1 BA, where I is the identity matrix of order 2, where n belongs to n. Okay, so order of this matrix is 2:2. This is given to us. Okay, so in 11th standard we have learned this concept which I am using here. That is a mathematical induction, so which was the 4th chapter of your 11th standard, that is principle of mathematical induction. So this concept you have to use in this video, in this question also. Fine. Here this A matrix is given to us, and we have to verify this statement, this statement. Okay, so first of all what we are doing, we are assuming this statement, that is Pn. We are consider Pn, that is this statement which is given to us, this statement. Okay, this whole statement, this is given to us. And same as we know that in mathematical induction, if we have to verify the statement, we have to put n is equals to 1 first of all. So what I am doing, I am putting n is equals to 1 on the left hand side of this statement. So left hand side of this statement is AI plus BA, that is the same term, and we have to put n is equals to 1 because we are putting n is equals to 1 in first step. So you will get this statement, this value, and after solving this value you will get AI plus BA. Fine. So that is your left hand side, and then your right hand side is, you have to take this equation here and you have to put n is equals to 1. So when you will put n is equals to 1, you will get this statement where when you put n is equals to 1 on the power of A, you will get A raised to power 0, and this statement exactly you have to copy, because at the place of n we are putting 1. So this will be A, this will remain I plus you are putting n equals to 1, so no need to write. A raised to power n minus 1, that would be 0, and BA. Fine. After, so that is A raised to power 0 is 1, so your last answer will be AI plus, that is 1, BA plus BA. So hence we can say that our left hand side equals to right hand side, hence the first statement is verified. Now we have to put n equals to k, and I am putting in this equation, that is equation number A. So here I am putting n equals to k. So when you will put n equals to k, you will get pk pi plus pba raised to power k. Where you will get n, you have to put k at a place of n. So after putting this value, you will get this statement. Okay, that is your equation number 1. We are assuming this. After that, now in the third statement, we must prove that it is true for n equals to k plus 1 also. So in the question number A, at a place of n you have to put k plus 1. After putting this value you will get this whole statement. Okay, yes, this whole statement you will get when you will put n equals to k in equation number A. So here it is, this is equation number A. Fine. So I'm just copying this statement here, and now we have to prove this part is equals to this one. This is which we have to prove. Okay, now here we are taking the left hand side of our last statement. Okay, that is this statement, this one. We are taking the left hand side of this first of all. Okay, and using that equation we will prove that is equals to this. Fine. See on the next page. Here it is. Okay, so here we are taking left hand side, our ai plus ba raised to power k plus 1. This is your left hand side. Okay, after what you have to do, you have to separate this. I can write ai plus ba raised to power k and ai plus ba. We can write this statement as this. Okay, here we are writing the left hand side. Okay, we are separating these two. We are splitting this as this because this. So here it is. Sorry for that, because there was some problem in stand, so that's why I'm just repeating this step again, or left hand side of the statement. So if you're using a left hand side, we can split this like this, as we had discussed. Fine. After that, what you have to do, at a place of this, see equation number 1 of equation number 1. So when you will see equation number 1, you will get the value of this ai plus ba. If ai plus ba, you will get the value of ai plus ba. So this is the value for ai plus ba raised to power k, and the same term you have to copy. Okay, this one. After that, you have to just multiply each and every term. After multiplication, you will get this step. Got it? After that, what I am doing, I can write this as this. This is a raised to power 1 here. So if the base is same, you can add the power. It will remain I. It is same. It is again this is a raised to power 1. When you will add these two a, you will get the power a raised to power k, and same term you will copy. And the last term, that is plus, here a square is coming. When you multiply this, you will get a square, but the value of a square is 0. When you will multiply this matrix which is given to us, this matrix A, this matrix, so when you multiply this, you find out the a square, you will get 0. So at the place of this, I am putting 0. So after solving, you will get this term. Okay. Now, after that, from these two terms, you can take a raised to power k ba as common, and 1 plus k, that will be the, when you will take these two terms common, you will get 1 plus k. Okay. So at last, you will get this, which is equals to the left hand side of the statement which you have to prove here. Got it? Okay. Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to solve a miscellaneous exercise question number 2. Fine. So in this question, if a matrix is given to us and we have to prove that a raised to power n that is equal to this matrix where n belongs to any natural number. Fine. So in class 11th you have a little bit knowledge of chapter PMI. PMI stands for Principle of Mathematical Induction. So the same concept you have to use in this question to prove this statement. Okay. So our first step is we are considering this statement that is equals to Pn. Fine. And a raised to power n, and I'm not writing the whole this matrix. So this matrix you have to copy here. Fine. The same matrix you have to write it because there is a no space. Fine. So that's why I'm not able to write this. So but you have to write here this value. Got it? After that, now in step 2, what you have to do, you have to put n is equals to 1. Okay. So when you will put n equals to 1 in this statement, so it will be on the left hand side you will get a raised to power 1. Left hand side here you are getting a raised to power 1, that is a. So here this a matrix is coming. Fine. And similarly on the right hand side you have to take the right hand side of the statement and you have to put n equals to 1 in this statement. When you will put n equals to 1 you will get 3 raised to power 1 minus 1 and on so on. So you will get this whole matrix. Fine. So this is 3 raised to power 1 minus 1, that is 3 raised to power 0. So as we know that if the power of any number is 0, then the value of that thing is 1. So at the place of this I'm directly writing the value 1. Okay, you can check here. At the place of this 1 1 1, and this matrix is coming. This is what? This is your A matrix. So at the place of this I'm writing A matrix. Hence your left hand side and right hand side both are equal. Hence the first step is verified. After that, after this step there is a step number 3. Here it is. So here what you have to do, we are assuming that let the result is true for n equals to k. The k is any variable. So this is the second step. So you have to put n equals to k in this statement, the statement which you have to prove. So when you will put n equals to k, you will get a raised to power k, that is equals to, where you are getting n you have to replace this by k. So you will get this whole matrix, this whole statement. That is what? That is your statement number 1. Fine. Now in step 3, the last step, now we have to prove that it is true for n equals to k plus 1 also. Fine. So what I am doing, I am replacing n by k plus 1 in this statement. Got it? So see on the next page. Here it is. At a place of n you have to put k plus 1. When you will put k plus 1 you will get this statement. Fine. So and at a place of n, here again you have to put k plus 1, and after putting this value you will get this whole matrix, this matrix. Here 3 raised to power k plus 1 minus 1 is coming. Okay. So 1 and 1 will cancel out. It would be 3 raised to power k, and in all step it would be 3 raised to power k. So this matrix will come after this step. This matrix will come. Fine. Now this is what you have to prove. This part you have to prove. So what we are doing, we are taking the left hand side of the statement here, left hand side, that is a raised to power k plus 1. Using this side we will prove this statement. Fine. Using left hand side you have to prove right hand side. So here is the left hand side. Here we are writing a raised to power k plus 1. So I am breaking it a raised to power k into a raised to power 1 like this. Simply we are using the exponent here. After that a raised to power k is, see question number 1. It is from 1. From 1, you will get the value of ak, and a raised to the power 1. That is a also. So a is given in your question. Here it is. This is a value for a. This is a value for ak. When you will multiply all these, you know how to multiply the two matrices. So when you will multiply this whole row with this whole column, you will get 3 into 3 raised to the power k minus 1. In all terms, you will get all this same thing. So this is 3 raised to the power 1, and this dot indicates multiplication. It is not decimal, it's a multiplication. So 3 into 3 raised to the power k plus 1, here 3 raised to the power 1. So when the bases are same, the powers you have to add. So it would be 3 raised to the power k, and all term you will get 3 raised to the power k. This matrix. This is what? This is your right hand side, which you have to prove. Hence, left hand side equals to right hand side, hence proved. This is how we can prove the question related to principle of mathematical induction. Okay.